rappers one in the section. Fit the runner, boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I'm a 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, trains out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the.
He was barely 22, but carrying the weight of his father's demons. Teofimo Sr. was a teenage drug dealer back in the 80s. He was 14 when his father died of a heart attack, 17 when his mother took her life.
I wanted to kill the whole world. I did a lot of bad things. I never killed nobody, thank God. That anger and that rage that I still have inside of me is never gonna leave me.
Under all that rage, though, was a sense of shame. Failure he'd redeemed through his youngest child, his only son, the boxing prodigy he'd steered to a title. Could anyone else have made him the fighter he is today?
No.
Nobody?
Never. No. We have a mutual thing, like something is connected to us. In the other sense, like when he's fighting in there, I feel like I'm the one fighting in there with him.
I see him with a belt with 15 fights, you know, and then I see him taking all the belts with 16 fights when we beat the out of Lomachenko.
Yeah, he talks this and I back him up.
But the anxiety remained. Cynthia urged him to get help.
I kept pushing him to see like a therapist, to like, that he's not alone.
Anybody that does therapy ain't good. Mentally, just you kind of like, you saw where you screwed up, you know? But I was just like, yeah, I'm screwed up. I'll go.
It's easy just to like ignore him. But when you actually have to like acknowledge them and acknowledge the pain, that's the hard part.
I'm still trying to figure out myself through all of this, you know? So, still finding myself. You know, and I think that's with everything in life. You just try to find and get to know yourself better. It ain't about boxing. That stress, that pressure, winning that belt, it ain't even about, I know I'm a champion. I'm gonna be real with you. I already know I'm a champion. I don't need a belt to tell me I'm a champion. I'm a world champion as a husband. I'm a world champion as a son. I'm a world champion as a brother. I'm a world champion in life, man.
They're so retarded, man. I mean, nobody knows shit about boxing, man. You know, like Triple G and Canelo and all these guys, they're bums, bro. They're bums. You know what I'm saying? They're bums, bro.
No, but
because
let me ask you.
they gotta go in the inside to throw their punches and connect. You know, why you think Floyd destroyed Canelo? Nah? Because Canelo's an inside fighter. Lomachenko's an inside fighter. All these guys, Triple G can't do nothing unless he's inside. All these guys are inside fighters. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you stand tall and you're faster than them, you're quicker than them, you're smarter than them, and you know what they're gonna do before they do it, they freeze. That's what we call it. The phrase is freeze.
Push the weight and up flex, flex. Push the weight and up flex.
But one of these kids is doing his own thing. Now it's time to play our game. It's time to play our game.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Lightweight. Lightweight, baby. Drew Titan Bronx on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. How you gonna talk crazy about somebody and turn right around and buff nuts? Yeah, I remember that. Canelo was holding his undisputed championship. I think that was after the Caleb Plant fight. And Teofimo walks up with three belts, plus the franchise status. It was calling himself undisputed. No, let me get a pick with Canelo. Y'all remember that? How you gonna buff nuts? And how you gonna talk reckless about somebody and then try and buff nuts? Let's do this roll call, man. This clown, crazy insecure. Macados Mac of the South, Stormy B-Man's on his way. Salute. Jimmy Bernard in the building. JC, what's good? Chief Wildfire, Isaiah GQ. Bill D, what's going on? Todd Swindle, Donnell Anderson, salute. 88 Sports Talk. Rod Neal. Smash the like button. D-Watch, whatever it is you do. Is what it is. Let's talk some boxing. Well, the foolishness that surrounds the sport of boxing. This dude is at it again, running his mouth. I already cooked on this dude, but he keeps making it fairly easy. I was a supporter of this dude, and now I'm ashamed that I was once upon a time. I supported him just like I supported Canelo. The difference is my support left for Canelo because of his business moves. It has nothing to do with racism. And this clown, Teofimo, is clearly racist, and we found out why. You know, your baby mama is getting deed down by some cat named Lex Steele. I heard, not really, but I'm clowning. And then I heard your sister also has a black boyfriend. So everywhere you turn, we there. KBG, what up? Everywhere you turn, because they turning the women around in your life, they turning them around, and they're liking it. So that's where whatever monkey wants the banana. Guess what banana your sister and baby mom is getting? And I ain't got to be nice. I ain't got to be respectful. I don't have to be. I don't have to be. He's been disrespectful. You don't believe me?
That's what you're trying to say.
It's cool, man. Just ask me the questions.
In the lead up to the fight, you said if they want the black fighters, they can keep them. Why'd you say that?
Huh?
Why?
It's just a biased part of what I'm seeing in our field. That's it. Because it just seems like there's certain ones favoritizing others. I believe the commentators that are on the stand of ESPN are a bit biased to certain fighters.
Off the record.
No, it's not off
No,
the
man,
record. Keep this on the record.
You wake up, bro.
I don't think any.
Say that. Don't get into that, bro.
Wait, let me.
Don't fall into this.
I'm not falling into it.
Brothers, talk about the fight.
I'm not talking. I'm talking about
Go.
No, then let me let it go.
Yo,
let me let it go.
Hold up.
Let it be. What are you scared of? Stop being a about it and handle it like a man. Handle it like a man. All of y'all, handle it like a man. That right there, I've been dealing with for a while.
Know what I heard about your baby mama? She was getting deed down by some dude that looked like Ben Wallace.
Bukaki.
That's the word. Know what I heard about your sister? I heard she was getting deed down by some dude that looked like Shaq.
Bukaki.
Right in the face, shoelace on the chest. That's what I heard. I don't have to be respectful. Don't look for it. He drew the line. He drew that line. So let's do it. Permission in the chat, know that I love you. Shakira, salute. He drew that line. So let's do it then. Yeah, Gus Hernandez, get the hell out of here. Leave. Goodbye. We ain't gonna play with you. I just played a clip of Teofimo Lopez saying what he said, and some dude with the last name Hernandez says this is a racist channel. Goodbye. Goodbye. Didn't hear anything he said. In the clip. In the clip. So go on back to your Mira Maricon channels, and y'all can high five about how they talk about black people. Take your ass over there. You're not wanted here. I'm not dealing with it at all. I'm not. I'm not. Because some of you are double agents. I'm talking about you Latinos. Some of you are double agents. Y'all laugh and joke with us and high five, and the second when it comes time, we know which way you're going. Why is Teofimo even doing that? Why is he doing that? Why is he doing that? Why is he being racist? We didn't start this. Think back when he signed to fight Tofimo Lopez in the chat. Who is we rooting for? When Teofimo Lopez signed to fight Vasily Lomachenko, Conor, my brother, damn sure ain't talking about my brother Conor. That's the fan right there. But when Teofimo Lopez signed to fight Lomachenko, everyone in the chat, who did we root for? And he got the win, right? Did we not celebrate? Right. Let me be very clear. And I guess this falls in line. Y'all see this thing going on with Fat Joe? I didn't say anything about it yet. Let me tell you something, man. Because there's some things that I heard about him a long time ago, but I ain't saying anything. What Cuban Link said about him, that's not the first time I heard it. That's all I'm going to say. And let me say this. We have to protect what we got. And if it's something and I'm talking about the Fat Joe situation, if it's something that we created, we stamp it. That's it. I don't know where he got that. It's 50-50 Puerto Ricans created hip hop bullshit. I know the history. Not only because I'm from the borough, but I know the history. I rub elbows with people that were that were pioneers of it. And when Tariq Nasheed put out the documentary, he took issue with the documentary. Like, hey, where the Puerto Ricans? Like, look, they were there, but they didn't participate in creating the culture. They benefit from it, like everybody else. You got Russian rappers now. It's ours. You know what happens when you let your guard down? You let people in? Well, I'm not going to say let people in. People just do it. You know what happens? Decades down the road, people start taking credit. And all I said was, you participated in it? Who was the first Puerto Rican rapper? Y'all don't even know. And I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you. I bet y'all don't even know who the first Haitian rapper was. I'm talking about the one that went mainstream. Y'all don't even know. I'm not going to tell you. Follow me on Patreon. The first Haitian rapper. The first rapper of Haitian descent. But he repped Haiti. You don't even know. But what happens is, down the road, people start adding their own. And because Joe is from the borough where hip-hop was created, it wasn't Bombada, yours truly. It wasn't Bombada. It wasn't Bombada. Close. Close, but it wasn't Bombada. Nope. Nope. No, Andre, it wasn't. Nope. 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 Wasn't him. Listen. What happens is, just because he's from the borough and he's made it, people take his word as his bond. Now, if you was born in the 2000s, 2010 or whatever, you'll listen to Joe, you won't know any better, because by the time, if you was born in 2000, Joe's old school to you. So you take, nope. You'll take it, his word as his bond. I'll just tell y'all, Kango Kid from UTFO. Y'all even remember who that is? He was Haitian. But everyone will take his word as his bond, because he did make a bit of an impact in hip hop. But what he's doing now is he got mad at a documentary, and he's trying to say, well, we're the Puerto Ricans in this. Nowhere. Y'all were there backspitting on cardboards with us, with boom boxes. that y'all didn't participate in the music, in the culture. Y'all, when I say y'all participated, y'all didn't create it. Y'all didn't help create. It was not 50-50, man. Stop. That's like 30 years down the road, I come on here and say, yeah, if I'm alive, yeah, you know, black people helped out reggaeton. No, we did not. That's all y'all. That's all Latinos. That had nothing to do with us. That was y'all thing. I remember when it started. It was like about, 10, 12 years ago. I said, oh, this is dope. They're rhyming in Spanish over a reggae-toned beat. Perfect. That shit is dope. That's there. You started that. Cool. When you don't check people, and this is all relevant to what I'm talking about with Teofimo, when you don't check them, they'll run around and say everything that they want to say. We don't check them. Joe needed to get checked. And that sucks because I've been in the same vicinity as him. I've dapped it up with him. And I'm listening to this like, oh, bro, that's not true at all. At all. It's not true. It's not true. 1520 Cedric Avenue. DJ Kool Herc, who is of Jamaican descent. But reggae music wasn't popping back then. Anyone ask Joe, okay, the Puerto Ricans, what Puerto Rican put together some tracks that we remember? What Puerto Rican rapper pioneered this shit? I remember DJ Kool Herc. I remember Grandmaster Flash. I know Grandmaster Melly Mel. I know him. Like, I can call him on the phone right now. And we don't protect what we made and just say, just let them have it. No, that's how in Texas, some history books, some kids brought on the history books, and thank God some parents gave a crap about what they were learning. And when they opened the book, they read Africans. They read Africans. They read that Africans migrated to America for a better way of life. And they were like, hold on. Do you mean slavery? No, that's not what happened. And when they checked them on that, they said, oh, no, we're not trying to talk about slavery. It's overdone and it's a bad thing, but we don't want to teach it. No, teach them the truth. Can't nobody do that to Jewish people. You can't tell them anything about their history. I dare you. The reality is black people created half the things that we take advantage of in this world. From hot combs to the stop sign to the stoplight. Whatever. Whatever we get a hold of, we take it to another level. And we create. Which is why I talk about Paulie Malignaggi the way I do. Which is why Fat Joe is getting dragged through the ringer like he does. He should have kept his mouth shut. Because now the spotlight's on him. If we created it, we ain't got to share it with anybody. Hip-hop is now, this little thing in the South Bronx that got on people's nerves is now worldwide. I hear people rapping in Russian with b-boy hats. That came from here, my borough. You cannot say that you helped create it. It is not 50-50. Let's bring it over to Teofimo Lopez. Does that kid not try to have black swag in the ring? Yeah, I said it. Does he not want to say the N-word? Yeah, I said that. You want to play with that word? Whichever monkey wants a banana? Dude, I ain't gotta respect you. This is something else. My disdain towards him, it now goes beyond boxing. I just played for you what he said on ESPN. I just played it for you. And he's not slowing down. So I'm of the cloth like, you know what? At this point, I don't even care if he gets punched in his face or not. Run that back with Sandor Martin. I don't even want Super Del Matias in the ring because Super Del is black. I don't want no black fighter, especially guys that make a lot of money, like Devin, like Tank. I don't want them giving him a payday because he hasn't seen it yet. And that's what the show is about. Because the Bob father said, this guy basically don't make any money by himself. And this is true. You had an opportunity to make money with Devin Haney at least 3 times. And you said what you said. So now I don't want Devin to even put you in the ring. Everyone says, get it in blood. You don't like what he say? Punch him in the face. Guess what? Punching him in the face is also giving him a payday. No! You don't deserve to have a lunch off the fruits of my popularity. No! No! You can ride with Ryan Garcia and these dudes ain't canceled. And Fat Joe wants the Latino community to claim 50% of the creation of hip hop. No, you participated. You ain't helped create anything. You know why I give credit to Eminem? Because although 30 years from now, they might try and put a cape on him how he didn't create hip hop, but he helped take it to a new level. He never took that. He told you straight up and down, yo, my flow, I got that from Tretch. One of my favorite rappers was DOC. He won't name a white rapper that influenced him. He won't do it. That's the same quote they put on Elvis Presley. Oh, you're the king, you're the king. He said, huh, yeah, you know, I grew up watching Little Richard. He said that. But they put the coat on him. Teofimo is so trash, they're not even putting the coat on him. You're not Puerto Rican, so Miguel Cotto retired. You can't take that audience. They know the difference. You're ducking fights, Devin Haney. Then when you thought you had a position of power, you was using the business and your ethnicity to avoid him. The whole time you think you can say the word nigga? Are you out your cotton picking mind with your slave mentality? And when I'm pointing out the obvious, some dude named Hernandez came in here and said, racist channel. Didn't hear a word that I played. Didn't hear a word that I played. Went straight to me. That's what it is to be black. Nobody saw that. They didn't see what I played. They didn't hear what he said, and everything's quoted. Go straight to me. That's what it is to be black. What it is to be black is if a robbery was prevented in a store and you just standing there, the cops will come right in and look at you strange. Like, I'm not the perp. The perp's on the floor. Why are you looking at me? Oh. You don't walk a day in my shoes. And this Latino's like that. With those European features, with that stupid nose. They even racist against dark-skinned Latinos. You think I don't know what's going on in that community? There's a lot of colorism. So if someone's going to punch him in their face, I don't want it to be a black man. Well, Super Del is black. He's Boricua. I'm rooting for Super Del, and I hope if he catches another body in the ring, I hope it's this guy. I'm not playing with these guys moving forward. Go. Get out of here. Get out of here. Don't want you around. I don't know why these dudes are running to interview this guy. I don't know why these dudes are running to putting the mic. Oh, Teofimo Lopez. No. No. I have nothing to say to this dude. Go make your money with your Sandor Martins of the world. I hope you never touch your mail. In fact, I hope you get knocked out in your next fight. I can't believe I supported this jerk. But that's boxing, right? You go through this, right? What did I say about dudes not counting their own blessings? What did I say about that? He's so worried about everything else, he's not counting his own blessings. Idiot. Whose fault is it that you lost to George Kambosos? That was your fault. You could have been fighting Devin at 140. You walked away from negotiations. That is your fault. And now you asking Bob how much it is to buy out your contract? Now you're doing it? Guess what, man? You don't remember what you did with Triller? You were still with Top Rank. And you went behind the Bob father's back to work with Triller. We got J-Lo. Remember that? I said, yo, he better not go back with Top Rank. You absolutely did. And I know Bob said what he said. Oh, well, Devin Haney, he doesn't want to fight. Turned right around and said, oh, Teofimo needs to fight Devin Haney to make any kind of real sense. He said that. You schmuck. Let me show you how much of a coward this is. This guy is. It's Tofimo Lopez in 2018.
Hey, Devin Haney made a comment, trying to make whatever it is. But at the end of the day, Devin, you don't know. The WBC is not going to have you, even if you do the competition, they're not going to have you fight for the title. You can get mad at everything. I'm fighting for the title after this fight, for the IBF. And then after that, me and Loma for all four. And where are you? You're not going to get a shot, bro. And you don't know that, but we do. And that's what we did. I'm not going to fight more fights. So it is what it is, man. Talk what you got to talk, my dude. But at the end of the day, you're not becoming a world champion at 135.
Now, this dude was planning on, with the help of the WBO and the WBC, he planned on freezing Devin Haney out, said that crap out loud. And man, was he wrong. Not only did Devin become a champion at 135, he became the youngest undisputed champion at 135. And he didn't need to go through Teofimo to do it. And that's Teofimo's fault. And then after Devin won, he said, well, if I'd have beat Kambosos, you know what I was about to do with it. Remember he said that? So if this dude had belts, he was never fighting Devin Haney, which is why I don't even want Devin Haney in the ring with this buffoon-ass racist. But I'm going to pump my brakes right there. Stormy, how you doing, good brother?
What's good? What's good? Pardon my tardiness, but
so good. So good, brother.
Yeah. You're cooking, man. Cooking with hot grease, and things get done a lot faster with hot grease. I'll tell you that. It's interesting how you can make a statement, comment on something as your subject, and individuals will come in here and accuse you of having an issue and totally ignore the source.
Yep.
And see, that's the thing that stands out above all, because it's just like when fights come about and we say, well, I'm going to roll with Deontay. And I'm purposely using Deontay as an example in what I'm saying. Oh, you're just going with him because he's black. Well, don't you just go with Canelo because he's Mexican? Don't you just roll with Morel because he's Cuban?
Yep.
Don't you just go with Katie Taylor because she's from Ireland? What's wrong with tribal support? You see, because the consensus is that we were never considered men and women, people. We were always, throughout history, considered less than.
Yep.
And that consensus rubbed off on other nations of people, especially when there was economic empowerment involved in this. There are people who come into this country legally that sit down with officials who give them the rundown on where to place the colored man's position in their experience, which is very low, beneath them, beneath their heel. They actually have intervention, meaning they sit down in committee and they have discussions about this. So this is not something new, but please understand that there are people like we on this channel right now who are more than aware of what this nation has wrought. And now, as Malcolm once famously said, the chickens are coming home to roost.
That's right.
And you are not welcome to express those things. Now, Drew Titan has his way, I have my way, but we are a bonded, united front when it comes to these type of affairs. And know it to the core of your very being. It is unacceptable. There is zero tolerance, and you can watch from the bushes and across the street, because here you are not welcome. Your little remarks, the fact that you think you can come and throw a rock or whatever, but understand, rocks can be thrown back.
That's right.
And there's always a bigger rock. Don't forget that part.
I like what Mike Lewis said. He said off topic, but where were these outsiders when George Floyd's situation happened? But they had the nerve to ask us to stand with them in their situations. And I'm from NYC, by the way. They're never around. They're never around.
We had a conversation recently toward it was within the fourth quarter of 2024.
Yep.
And I raised the question, the white lady that's an educator, what's her name?
Oh, that's oh man, what's her name? You know, I sent you the video of her. I think the gray hair. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
She had a seminar where she was discussing, and she said, how many people in this classroom? She said, how many people understand what racism is? And everyone raised their hand.
Thank you, Jane Elliott.
Thank you there, blue collar guy and BPMV. Thank you. Then she said, how many people understand the plight of what Black people deal with in this country? Most of them all raised their hand. She said, how many of you would trade places with a Black person? Nobody raised their hand. Nobody. Not one Hispanic, not one Caucasian, not one Asian, because she made certain to have that seminar be all inclusive.
Yeah, that's right.
She does things by design, you see? And when she had that, people had to see themselves.
That's right.
Being represented as who they truly are.
Yep.
So, if you see a man in an alley violating a woman or a child or another man, and you happen to be passing by and you hear the cry for help, I'm not saying you've got to be Christopher Reeve and turn into Superman in that moment and go, but would you not call for help? Would you not try, or would you just continue to walk on by like you didn't see anything, didn't hear anything, totally oblivious to the circumstances? And let us also be specific with, if you have a phone, of course, that's a means of being able to, if you're nearby, you can run in the house and make a call or whatever. If you're in a vehicle, there's a different type of action that you can take being in a vehicle. If you have weapon on you, meaning you might be a person who is have armed and right to carry. But understand, as I lay all of this out, because somebody might say, well, what if this and what if that? Because you're the what if society too.
Yeah.
You don't want to be accountable. You're looking for a way to hide behind the truth. You're looking for that all the time. So I'm bringing the truth right back in front of your face. We're in a society now that allows us to be more hands-on than ever, right?
Yep.
So to answer the question, would you take an action to provide safe haven for this victim? Or would you not? Now, some of you out there would take the position of saying, well, yeah, of course I would do something. Well, why aren't you doing it for black people? It's happening all the time. You have driven past and seen cops with young men pulled over, slammed against a hood or a trunk of a vehicle, spread out on the ground, handcuffed on the ground with their legs folded and all. You've driven past these things. You've seen them. You even may have seen cops with their weapons drawn on someone driving past. You saw George Floyd and what happened to him. You watched. You said nothing. You went back and had dinner with your family, went out and had fun with friends, resumed work the next day as if nothing happened. You were silent, which means that you are not a productive person within our society. You are not. You think so lofty of yourself that you can come in here and make a comment, a lying accusation because of the guilt that you live with every freaking day of your moral fiber or lack thereof. That someone can't stand up for self, can't stand up for community, can't stand up amidst all of the bull crap that we incur on a day in and day out basis. You insult the integrity of a nation of people. And like I said a moment ago, you're not welcome here. Get the hell away from here fast. Because just like some of you, when you think that you can look us up and find out where we are and where we work and who lives in our household and what our address is and everything, two can play that game.
Absolutely.
And what's even worse, you don't know who we know. You don't. So it's best to just give it a rest, because I don't feel that you're really willing to test.
Boss.
There are many people within this community in all walks of professionalism: law and enforcement, judicial, corporate, medicine. And guess what? Some of them look just like us. Mm-hmm. Some of them don't. But they are still here. And they see you. Some might even know you. But you're too dumb to even figure that out.
Don't give them too much. Don't give them too much.
But like I said before, this is about elevation. Even the subject that he started for this evening's show, you can come in and try to be a distraction, but we are a people of action. And it is worth the while to take the time out to set the record straight, because that's the path we walk. We don't come through the darkness. We don't come around the bend and hide in the shadows. That's why you can see our face. When we have an avatar, it represents us, whether it's through name or image. When you come in with those avatars of letters for ghost names and accounts, but you think you can't be found out. I beg to differ.
Yeah. One motherfucker already been found out. He doesn't know it yet. It's okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. He's already been found out. Everything. But it's okay. But let's dial it back to Teofimo. But I like what Mike Lewis said. He said, example being the situation that happened in Bronx a few years back where the kid was deleted outside the bodega. Do y'all remember that? The kid just walking, going to the store in his slippers. This is why I don't like these kids walking around with these weird ass things on their feet. You never know when you might have to book it. He ran into the bodega. The owner put him out. No, I don't want no problems. Get out. In which these other Latino kids deleted the kid. And it was the wrong, they thought he was someone else. They deleted him. Turns out those kids was a part of a gang. Two was, I think, one of them was trying to go back to Puerto Rico. They caught him at the airport, I think LaGuardia or something. And they laid the hammer on all of those kids. They killed that other kid for no reason. Now.
And they were young, right?
They were young. Those kids, I don't even think those kids were 18. They were young.
So what gives them the right to be judge and jury over someone's life?
Yeah, it was Junior, y'all. It was Junior Guzman. I was right up there.
Now, I got another question. The kid that they deleted, he was of what ethnicity?
He was Latino. He's Latino.
If he were Caucasian, would that have happened?
No. And I don't care if it was the right kid that did
and
something.
And why would it not have happened if he was Caucasian?
Because these dudes have a natural obedience to massa. And it's the same thing with these N-words on YouTube. All of these guys, the most problems we have is from people that are the same ethnicity as us. And that's the bottom line. And it's not a lie. It's not a lie. There's always some dumb nigger on YouTube. This is my response to Drew Titan and the LDBC and Stormy B-Man. Got our faces everywhere. It's other black people doing this. And everybody that talked about me, find the video where I've plastered their face all over it. Because when I do it, what do you think YouTube will do? Which is why I know YouTube enables organized confusion. But I don't want to talk too much. Because documentation beats conversation, y'all. 2025 is damn different, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, we're lawyered up and we about to rock and roll. You're going to see subtle change. You're like, well, why is this happening? Where's so-and-so? Don't worry about it. There's a dude right now you don't see no more. You didn't even notice he was gone. I just handled that myself. You know what? Out of sight, out of mind. It was all fun and games when he was running around here trolling. He's not around anymore because he fucked up. I don't just talk. I'm a man of action. I'm not going to sit around and complain. By the way, y'all see my Patreon up there, right? This is the part where they're going to start zapping my feed. Go subscribe to my Patreon. Gloves are off over there. What we all thought YouTube.
I'm gonna put a message for you in the private chat.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to tell you before I got on the air with you.
Yeah. Lord Swear Will, Baltimore. Diana, salute, Big Queen. Steve Elder, Mac in the building. Jose Diaz, my brother. Oh, you're in Cuba? It's 29 degrees in New York, Jose. And you probably down there in shorts and the wife beater. Damn it. King Corleone, salute. Wendell, what up? So yeah, we're doing good here. So Teofimo Lopez, everything we're talking about, Teofimo Lopez represents. in this organized confusion. He should be dead quiet. You know why he should be quiet? Do y'all remember? And I was watching Champside earlier today. Salute to the baddest brand in the land. Brother was cooking. On this, as a matter of fact. Do y'all remember when he was on that stage and he had to put the damn paper in front of his face when Keyshawn was pressing him? Do y'all remember that? And that whole conversation got caught with a hot mic. Is he not the biggest P word? Do y'all remember that? In what universe? Let me ask you. I know King Corleone, he has ring experience. A lot of y'all do. But I don't care. Y'all could be suckers in whatever. But when you become a certain age, even if you're not a fighter, you got to stand for something. Like, y'all know I'm going to get beat up, but I ain't going to let this guy punk me. If any man sits on the stage, first of all, Keyshawn's a dude, him and his boys beat up his dad. Goodbye. Beat up his dad. We've been here cooking on everything. And some dude named Uman Zor. Get out of here. Well, I'm not entertaining foolishness. I'm going to read that in a second, Stormy.
Yeah.
They beat up his dad. Let me tell you something. That story, I heard about it before I even know who Keyshawn Davis was. And then when he started getting airtime, I said, oh, that's the kid right there? That beat up Tio Sr. for dropping the N-bomb during sparring? Yo, and that's why we don't like fighting niggas. What? Watch your mouth. Never mind. They punched him in it. When he walked into the building, he should have went straight up to Keyshawn like, yo, bro, you lucky. But I'm going to get it in blood. How come y'all ain't tell Teofimo, hey, man, get Keyshawn Davis back in blood? He beat up on your dad. Why is it? If Bill Haney got beat up at a gym, y'all be screaming, oh, Devin, that's the guy that did it. Get it in blood. You guys are ridiculous. And then you sit next to him on stage. Well, actually, you were sitting down. He came and sat next to you and was like, I didn't like what you said. Sunned him. Yo, I mean, I was just my opinion. I didn't, that's good business. Sucker. That dude is a sucker. And don't get it twisted. You could be talented in the ring because that's a controlled situation. As referees, you can get stopped. You can stop somebody. There's a 10 count. There's low blows and all that stuff. Ain't no refs in the street in a real life situation. I'm telling you right now. Tio's pussycat. That right there on that stage with Keyshawn proved it. The fact that he keeps ducking Devin proves it. I feel how I feel about Tank. I don't want Tank to give this clown, this racist clown, a payday. And Usman in the chat, guess what? Watch this. Let me discredit the Loma win. After I credited him, let me discredit it now. Loma ain't throw a punch for 6 rounds. And when he started throwing punches, he almost lost the second half of the fight. Now, run it back. Run it back with Cambosis. You cracked pot. Shut up. You know what's crazy, Stormy? That same number. Me too. Today, I saw it today, bro.
I didn't get a chance to tell you before,
It's too late, bro. It's too late. Yep. We cannot backtrack. No, it's too late.
Hey, listen. We'll talk about it, but it's like, isn't that amazing? Isn't that amazing?
Bro,
right off of the conversation we had yesterday, right?
Yup. Too late, bro. I'm coming for their throat. Sensei 24K, exactly. See, Turkey put a lot of this crap on blast. And you see, now, I don't mean to sound morbid, but Turkey is exactly what we need. He's the guy that has millions of dollars to play with. And he loves boxing. He could have loved NASCAR and could have loved horse racing. He loves boxing. And he says, hey, I'm on borrowed time. Y'all know that man is sick. And I'm not making light of the situation. I'm just saying this is what we needed. Because he's saying, yo, look, this guy want to fight. This guy's on Top Rank. This guy PBC. Look, I got $50 million. What's up? And who said no in that situation? He went to Teofimo Lopez. I got bread. Teo said no. How about this? Teo don't want anything in blood. He don't want to fight Devin. You know why? Part of it is because he don't want to see Devin shine. This dude is insecure. You think he likes his sister getting booty smashed by Ben Wallace? His baby mama, same thing. Getting Dick Tracy down by some dude, some dude that looked like, I don't know. Name the power forward. Otis Thorpe from the Rockets back in the day. She getting dicked down by Otis Thorpe. Get out of here. Both Grant brothers, Horace and Harvey, twin action, 6'10", getting plowed. Bang, 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 bang. Where's my goddamn?
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Bang, 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 bang.
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Right in the poop chute. They up there, you stang, dang, you bang, bang, bang. And you're mad. You're mad. Nothing but opportunity. And you worried about Devin not only getting a payday by using your name, but whooping your ass. Do you think he can handle a loss to Devin Haney? You think he can handle that? He don't want to deal with that.
He can't handle a loss, period.
He can't. Do I still got it? Why y'all not saying he ain't got he got Sandro Martin problems? So Juan, welcome back, Juan. Juan Rambo says, keep it real, Drew. Devin Haney is cooked and not the same. Bet. How come Teofimo still ducked him? Your thoughts. Don't block him. He's cooked, right? Why couldn't Teofimo be the next nail in his coffin? He's cooked. Let me keep my size 6 shoe on Devin Haney's neck. Why couldn't he do that? Yeah, exactly, 503. He still got to beat Super L. Y'all remember Super L, this killer? Oh, he killed someone in the ring. Devin don't want that smoke. We're still waiting for that phone call. But Juan Rambo, why didn't Teofimo take the turkey money and be the final nail in Devin's coffin? You see, this is what I'm talking about. See, Juan is on code. Oh,
but hold on.
Is on code.
Hold on 1 second though. I'm gonna ask Juan something from a different point of view. Juan, since you feel that Devin is cooked, but we're not keeping it real, what is that being drawn from? Haney has yet to have his first fight since the last time out, and he, well within his right, took time with his family and everything. And from what I understand, there's a new addition to the family, which is a wonderful thing. Anyone should embrace that. But what is the determination that he is not the same? Could it be that you aren't keeping it real and that you are hoping that he may not be the same because of the elevation that he had achieved prior to the circumstances that he ran into last April? And always understand that a man is usually measured by how he can come back and overcome. So without having the opportunity to overcome as of yet, You're saying that he's cooked. I believe that is false hope. That is you wish, as exactly, Mr. Shelton, wishful thinking that be the case. But let me tell you something, a little bit about the history of this sport and a history about the men of our community who have participated in this sport. Rare has it been the case that we have totally fallen apart due to setbacks. Rare. But we've seen a lot of others literally can't go on with life, having things show them to their face that they are just not cutting the grade, falling into the doldrums of substance abuse, criminality,
that's right,
and the graveyard, if not the jailhouse. History is full of the like. Why don't you sit down, open a book and read, if you can, and cook on that? Because see, then maybe an epiphany would transpire and you'll be able to understand that we are keeping it most real, brother. Realer than you can ever imagine. You're welcome.
You're welcome. If y'all got kids, y'all saw that movie with The Rock. So Juan, you didn't respond. Juan, no respond. I know you want Devin to be cooked. I know you have a problem with Bill and you don't like Devin and Pillow Fist. You buy into all of that. I know you do. But you see, I ain't block you here, right? You're entitled to your opinion, but I needed you to explain that. Why didn't Teofimo put the final nail? Right now is the time to get Devin. You would think, right? Right now. He's not doing it. Why? Just like right now is the time for Tank to get Devin. Because he's cooked, right? Why isn't he doing it? He's fighting Lamont Roach, allegedly, in New York, in my city. Why no Devin? Strange stuff, right? Why isn't Ryan Garcia enrolled in VADA? So in April, he can get that running back with Devin. Something that he said he was doing. Why isn't he doing it?
He's not doing it because, unlike Devin, he likes being cooked, or as it's been termed, half-baked.
Go! Dude's on drugs. Tio's a punk. He's insecure. And I'm gonna dedicate a whole other lot. Matter of fact, my Tank video's almost done. I'm only posting it on Patreon because YouTube already know what they'll do. Yeah. But Devin's cooked though, right? You gotta show me. You gotta show me. There's been a lot of fighters that they say it was cooked. Ali was cooked. Ali was cooked how many times? Stormy, wasn't Muhammad Ali supposed to die against George Foreman? Not lose a match, but die.
Absolutely. There were people really, literally fearing for his life.
That's right.
They were like Howard Cosell, the most famous broadcaster in that day and era, was like, it's time to say goodbye to Muhammad Ali. He was saying, he literally was saying.
Because y'all don't know. George Foreman back then, what year was that? 72, 73?
When they fought, it was 74.
74. George Foreman was knocking over trees, y'all. He was labeled this killer. And y'all saw what happened. And this is Ali, you know, off of the losing 3 years. Yo, look, bro. He was supposed to die because Frazier gave Ali all the headache in the world and got in there against George and got knocked around the ring like he even belonged in there with him. I want y'all to think about that. How many fighters were cooked and proved you wrong? Y'all want Devin to be cooked. And this is what I see about these fans. By the way, nobody blocked Juan Rambo, and he hasn't responded. You see what I'm talking about? This isn't bias. This is truth. If he's cooked, you got to show me. Tank beats everybody at 135, 140. Great. You're entitled to that opinion. You got to show me, though. For all we know, Tank will get in there with Super Del Matias and get knocked out. For all we know, we don't know. I know Super Del never reached out to Devin Haney. Remember he was a killer in 2023 in January? Remember that? Remember the show I did? Remember that? And I said, we're still waiting for him to call. February, March, April, May. He never called. And then he lost. And now y'all don't want to talk about him. And guess who he's fighting next? Teofimo. Now, let me ask y'all a question. For all you people that are business experts, y'all boxing minds. What generates more revenue, Super Del or Devin Haney? We know the answer. We know the answer. And this is what I'm talking about. It's right there in your face. I'm not giving this kid no. I'm looking at his eyebrows right now. Is his eyebrows arched? Oh my God, man. Let me explain something to you. Look at this kid's eyebrows. Look, right here. Men don't do this. You see that? I'm just noticing that. What the bro.
What are you, a homo?
I just noticed that. What the bro, he can't say anything for the rest of his life. This dude's a fairy. Your eyebrows are arched. What the bruh? I just noticed that. That is, I'm like, what is distracting about this pic? Holy shit, his eyebrows are arched. You're ducking fights. You're calling people monkeys, but you don't want no smoke. You're out here lying. This dude is a joke. And I supported this cat once upon a time. Are you kidding me? And let me remind y'all. Ladies, y'all see that, right? Those are arched eyebrows. I'm not bugging. No person's eyebrows grow to that perfection. He went and got his shit tweezed. You know the shit they do with the strings? What? Bruh. And let me remind y'all. This clown was running around calling himself Undisputed.
Do you still have that clip with him and Canelo when they said one of these things?
They're so retarded, man. I mean, they nobody knows shit about boxing, man. You know, like Triple G and Canelo and all these guys, they're bums, bro. They're bums. You know what I'm saying? They're bums, bro.
No, but
because
let me ask you.
they gotta go in the inside to throw their punches and connect. You know, why you think Floyd destroyed Canelo? Nah? Because Canelo's an inside fighter. Lomachenko's an inside fighter. All these guys, Triple G can't do nothing unless he's inside. All these guys are inside fighters. You know what I'm saying? As soon as you stand tall and you're faster than them, you're quicker than them, you're smarter than them, and you know what they're gonna do before they do it, they freeze. That's what we call it. The phrase is freeze.
Push the weight and no flex. Push the weight and no flex.
But one of these kids is doing his own thing. Now it's time to play our game. It's time to play our game.
Yo, he told Devin, I'm surprised you ain't bring your belts right now. I'm surprised you bring your belts right now. That was when he beat Caleb Plant. I was like, why is he walking with all his belts? And he wasn't even on the card. What are you doing walking with the belts? He's a living contradiction, y'all. He told Devin, I'm surprised you ain't got your belts with you right now. You went to Plant versus Alvarez and brought all of your hardware to take a picture with him after your dad talked crazy about him. Are you? Shut up, man, with your arched eyebrows. That's demon work. Kevin GJ in that super chat, much love. He said Cotto was beat with bricks and he wasn't cooked. Perfect. That's perfect. And the Canelo fight was after the Margarito fight. You see what I mean? What dude say? The most biased, whatever you said. Joan Rivers, that's his name? Joan Rivers? All right, Joan Rivers, but you're here. Thank you for the view. How do you say get out of here in Espanol? Somebody help me out. Mira. Blah, 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 blah. Get out. That's what you do. With your arched eyebrows. This dude's eyebrows is arched. What the, bruh?
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
Freedom's March, salute. Yeah, OG Tony, Johnny Tight Lips. Yeah, yeah, vámonos, get out of here. Joan Rivers, vámonos, get out of here. Listen, let me ask y'all a question. If Keyshawn Davis had a conversation just like that with Devin, and Devin did what Teofimo did, there'd be people here on our channels every day talking about that right there. And I listened to that. I said, yo, wait a minute. You know how bad this is? You're in there copping a plea with a dude that beat the crap out your father. You're bugging. If anybody put, bro.
I think Seen and Unseen Boxing answered your question perfectly.
Mira! Get the fuck out of here! Mira! Get out! Get out! Get out! Goodbye! Get out of here! I know the difference. I'm not gonna say what your sombrero.
I love when the family be right on point with us. It's like
Get out! Don't check me for nothing. This dude sat up here. I'll play it again. But I'm racist, right? Listen to this.
That's what you're trying to say.
It's cool, man. Just ask me the questions.
In the lead up to the fight, you said if they want the black fighters, they can keep them. Why'd you say that?
Huh?
Why?
It's just a biased part of what I'm seeing in our field. That's it. Because it just seems like there's certain ones favoritizing others. I believe the commentators that are on the stand of ESPN are a bit biased to certain fighters.
Off the record.
No, it's not off
No,
the
man,
record. Keep this on the record.
You wake up, bro.
I don't think any.
Say that. Don't get into that, bro.
Wait, let me.
Don't fall into this.
It's not falling into it.
Brothers, talk about the fight.
I'm not talking. I'm talking about my.
Eyebrows are
Then let me
different
let it
in this
go.
video.
Let me let it go.
Hold up.
Let it be. What are you scared of? Stop being a about it and handle it like a man. Handle it like a man. All of y'all, handle it like a man. That right there, I've been dealing with for a while.
Kiss your mama with that mouth. We know what your baby mama is doing with her mouth. And your sister doing with that mouth. We know. With your arched eyebrows. How you got Vulcan eyebrows? Y'all remember Mr. Spock? How you got the people's eyebrow on both sides of your face?
It is not logical.
It is not logical. Man, get out of boxing, you jerk. Get out of here. And you see the same clown keep coming back in the chat. Get my views up. Get my views up. I done blocked you for a third time. Come on back. Hey, Miguel, you see this, right?
¡Ay, Miguel! ¡Miguel!
This is what I told you about, Miguel. This is what I told you about. You see that? I sure only have to do that one good time. You see what I mean? But we're racist, though. He said up there and said that. That was last year. And he doubled and tripled down on it. I'm racist, but he sat back and says, whichever monkey wants a banana. Yeah, you like that, right? Yeah. Keep telling me who you are. With your arch, I can't get over this dude's eyebrows, bro. No man's eyebrows grow like that. That's crazy.
It only makes for a better meme. You pair him with his arched eyebrows, with Tank with his little lime green purse, and AJ
Stormy.
getting his nails done.
Check the group. Check the text group right now.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Saw
I
that?
saw it. Yeah,
Bro, I was almost finished with my Tank video. You know that got to go in there. You got what did we used to say back in the day? You dudes is sissies. You dudes are sissies. That's a 70s term, y'all. You dudes are sissies.
Yep.
You dudes are sissies. No man does this. That's crazy.
Remember when Blade called dude a sissy in the second Blade movie?
Yeah.
Sissy, come on.
Yo, wait, hold on. What's my boy's name? Oh, he passed away from X-Clan. Sissy. Vanglorious. Teofimo is racist with your arched eyebrows. And baby mama, who has went black and never came back. This is protected by the red, the black, and the green with the key, sissy.
Listen, cue the Hall and Oates. She's gone. She's gone.
She's gone.
Oh,
I can't believe it. She's gone. She's gone.
what went wrong?
What went wrong? Tio went and stuck his key in the door and found out that the key don't fit no more. He's like, what's turning the knob?
He went to stick the key in the door, and he fell through.
He fell through.
He fell through.
Every time I hear people clap, it reminds me of what's happening to his ex-wife. Ben Wallace, some 6'9" dude, some 6'9" black dude. That's why he don't like Deontay. Remember what he said about Deontay? That's why I don't like him. Because there's a 6'7" black dude looking like Ben Wallace plowing her. And you're mad. And you're mad. Do something. Keyshawn was sitting right there. Do something.
Selfies. She's taking selfies.
She's taking. Yo, wait, hold on. It's over her shoulder, down the middle of her chest. She's like, putting the beats on her. Oh! Sissy, with your arched eyebrows. You know why he's mad? I'm gonna tell you why he's mad. And his wife said, yo, I'm pregnant. He was like, I don't believe you. She was like, why? He said, I just looked at the pregnancy stick and the shit got an afro on it. Do something with your arched eyebrows. Keyshawn was sitting right there, and you said that was good business. Sissy. You sissy. Keyshawn put mitts on your father. You did nothing. You shook his hand. You shook his hand. And it still meant nothing because Keyshawn had a fight after that, and you were standing in the hallway. He still eyeballed you. You did nothing. Sissy. You went and got your eyebrows done. That's what you did. And you're saying shit that has nothing, your career where you are has nothing to do with black fighters. Top rank? Top rank. Seeing more value in black fighters than your Latin ass? Stop it, bro. Stop it. Cut it out. You Look. Even if Keyshawn accused you of saying something that you didn't say, you could have sat there and be like, "So what, nigga? You like saying the word? You should have said it to his face, nigga. I ain't say that, but who you talking to?" No, listen. Anybody in this chat, even if you got me fucked up and I didn't say anything, and you accuse me of something, depending on that situation right there, we're fighters. We're in training. We're not eating what we want to eat. We're already grumpy. And I'm trying to fight this dude over here. He come over here and told me something I said. I'm like, nigga, I ain't say that, but who are you talking to? That's me. I ain't say that, but who you talking to, bro? And I'm talking about in that situation. Because this is a potential opponent for you. And you have history. You got all that mouth. But we know what that mouth is for. You're gumming down penis. That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing.
I wanted to shout out our brother Eric Jordan. He hit me up in the Cash App, man. Eric Jordan. He says, for Tio, keep crying on that ninja sword, clapping his lady. Salute to Eric, man.
Give power to my nigga sword!
Eric Jordan, that Cash App, man. Salute. He said, Tio and his fans is mad that Miguel isn't clapping. Oh, yeah, man. Man. Oh, this is steel. Buns of Steel. Y'all remember that? That was a whole workout video.
Then let him taste the fury of my nigga sword!
Man, listen. I can't stop his eyebrows, man. That shit is distracting. I didn't notice that until like 10 minutes ago. Like, what's going on with his eyebrows? He got eyebrows like a girl. There's something else going on with this dude. Anybody in the chat get that eyebrow? Maybe, okay, look. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Anybody in the chat get their eyebrows done? Don't be scared to say that you do. I'm old school. But maybe this is something else that you painted fingernails, lime green purses, tight pants. Maybe I'm out the loop and I'm going to stay out the loop. I just want to know. Y'all get your eyebrows done? Anybody in their 20s in here get their eyebrows done? Anybody? Anybody? Does anybody get their eyebrows done? Angel says no. I don't know who that is. Get out of here. Anybody? Maybe I'm missing something. Educate me. There I go. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Maybe just tell me. Drew, nah, this is just something that young fellas do. Y'all remember when Press came through here and was talking about, yo, this is just what we do in tight pants? What else y'all do? $30,000 a year, you about to buy a $1,000 pair of jeans? What does that do? Oh yeah, Tom, bro. Oh no, bro. Not even fat ass Joe gets his eyebrows done. So I'm not even accepting that as a Latino thing. I'm not accepting that, bro. What is this? On top of him being racist, he's zesty as hell. What is going on? Arched eyebrows and Tank. Oh, bro. I know y'all saw it already. It's going in the new Tank video. Yeah, Angel. Young man said he make $30,000 a year. He was about to buy a $1,000 pair of jeans. I said, young man, don't do that.
Got your ass.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, man. I know y'all mad. Stay mad. You ain't gonna call me a liar. This is ridiculous work. Run down the listen. Run down the list. Let's ask why hasn't Tio? Let's play this. Why hasn't Tio? Why hasn't he run it back with Loma? Why hasn't he run it back with Kambosos? Why hasn't he, I don't know, run it back with? Why aren't you saying that he got Sandro Martin problems? Jermaine Ortiz problems. Do I still got it? I'm asking. Why hasn't he finally fought Devin Haney? He could have did that at 135. I just played you what he said in 2018. He wasn't trying to. And when Devin became undisputed, you know what he said about that? Oh, yeah, if I'd have beat Kambosos, you know what I would have did. Hold on. Hold on. Got it. One second. There we go. Got it. And now you're banned.
Bye-bye, back shots.
Yeah, exactly. Back shots. That's how you handle it, y'all. That's how you handle it. Let me give y'all a tip for you content creators. Back shots, his channel was just created 5 days ago, and he's on here dropping names. A guy that we totally don't even deal with, who so happens to be friends with Teofimo Lopez. So you see, this guy's trying to create issue, because I bet you Backdraft was on that sucker's channel, because he is a sucker, and said, oh, LDBC Drew Titan, they talking about your buddy Teofimo and talking about you. Now, how he treats it, it's how he treats it. Y'all saw how I treated it. Peace out, our pork chop. With gravy. Get out of here. But, thank you.
You remember when Archie Bunker used to get mad and he'd go upstairs and then you would hear the toilet flush? We got to get that toilet flush on the soundboard.
I got to get that. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Toilet flush on the soundboard.
Yeah, thank you, Jarrell. He said after the Nakatani fight, he said he wasn't fighting any more tall fighters. I mean, the things that some of these dudes say and do. Teofimo has a track record of being a sucker. Not fighting Devin. Asking if he still got it. Bitching and moaning about black people. Bitching and moaning about Top Rank. Trying to buy out his contract. Knowing he can't afford to buy out his contract. He can't do it. You know what? Let me not say that. Let's see what he does. That's going to be interesting. And then what you're going to do. You could run your own business like DHP. I'd like to see it. But I know what you're going to do. You're going to run around and try and fight what? You ain't going to fight Devin. You could say you want to fight Tank. And you know what? I think you have tools to beat him. But you know what, Tio? You're the kind of guy that talks a lot in school, but then the person you talk about, when you finally gives you that attention, you're like, oh, shoot. Uh-oh. 8th period's over. You run home. And you do that every day from September to June. He's a sucker. Tio's a sucker. He's a fraud. He is a fraud. Because think of what he could have done by now. And I'm being serious. He could have fought Devin. And let's say he won. He could have fought Lomachenko. Already beat him. I just said he has tools to beat Tank. He's doing a lot of talking. He hasn't done it. Keyshawn Davis. You should have stood on your square and said, yeah, I said it. You know what? When I'm done here with Jermaine Ortiz or you done with this guy, we can get it popping. It was all there for him. And what did he do? Tell you that we got J-Lo and lose to the Australian in his hometown. Cambozo was like, yeah, watch this. He was like, tie me kangaroo down, sport, tie me kangaroo down. Bang! First round, dropped him. Dropped him. Had a big old cut over his eye, looked like a cunt over his eye. Teofimo Lopez's entire boxing career is labeled as coulda, shoulda, woulda. Close but no cigar having ass. That's what it is. Prove me wrong. Watch this. Watch this. Judge these people now. Everyone at 135 stops fighting now. Everyone at 140 stops fighting now. Who's going to the Hall of Fame? Is Shakur going to the Hall of Fame? Is Tank going to the Hall of Fame? Is Tofimo Lopez going to the Hall of Fame? Is Devin Haney going to the Hall of Fame? Yes. Tank ain't going. Loma's not going. Oh, I'm sorry. You know what? Loma's going to be there. Y'all know how that is. Tio's never going to go. Tio's forever the B character in the goddamn C character in the video game. Teofimo Lopez is the guy beaming down from the Enterprise. Who's going down to this uncharted planet? Kirk, Spock, McCoy, and Lopez. You're like, all right, I know Spock, I know McCoy, I know Kirk. Who the fuck is Lopez? You know who's gonna die. What? He ain't gonna make it. In 30 years from now, he's still gonna be on someone's podcast with teeth missing, nose hanging out of his face like a rhino. Yeah, you know, the black fighters, you know. Man, shut up. You had nothing but space and opportunity, and you chose to be racist. You want to blame the boxing world for seeing value in black fighters over you? You had the WBO on your side in Top Rank. You had the WBC and Mauricio Sillyman. And all you had to do was win, and you fumbled the rock. And when you fumble the rock, what do racists do? They blame black people. That's what your buddy, your friend, Ryan Garcia did that. What black person made you pop dirty? What black person made you do everything that you did? Tio, what happened, dogs? You were on your way. You fouled out the game, stupid. Don't get in there and fuck around and lose to Super El Matias. Now watch this. Everything that I said, did I once say that Teofimo Lopez is a trash fighter? Did I say that? Yes or no? Put it in the chat. I didn't even insinuate that he was. Did I once say he was a trash fighter? No. I never said it. This is his disgusting behavior. He's a bastard sinner, and his father's still alive. And the apple don't fall far from the damn tree. He's a sucker, dude. And you come from a sucker-ass bloodline. Swimming in your daddy's little shriveled up cranberry nuts. Dried cranberry nuts. He spit you out. That's why he got bopped upside his head by Keyshawn Davis and company. And that's why you sat next to Keyshawn and did nothing. Insecure. Keyshawn out here getting it. And I hope so, Thomas. I hope so. Keyshawn out here getting it. Everybody out here getting it. And you want to buddy up with Canelo. I don't like how Canelo's moving now, but you know what? He's going to Hall of Fame. Look at the resume. Not going to deny that. Here's the thing. These cats, they say, you know what? F the Hall of Fame. I'm trying to get paid. He hasn't even seen the paycheck that he wanted. And you could have did it fighting Devin in Saudi. You didn't do it, stupid. Made enough money to get your eyebrows arched, though. I can't unsee this, y'all. I can't unsee this. So he is where he is in his career because of his own behavior. This is what he get. This is exactly what he get. So F you, dude. F you with a lit flare. With your insecure ass. Sign up for my Patreon. The link is pinned to the top. Stormy, I'm not gonna overcook this clown. It's not even. I ain't even gotta. I just broke his career down. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, didn't do it, and this is by his own choice, man. You got any closing thoughts on this fool with the arch eyebrows?
Yeah. 1 second.
Look at this. Look at this. Look. Do I still got it? Got what? I'm afraid to ask. What do you think you'd find if you just so happen to go through his drawer? Yo, you know what's crazy? Sidebar.
Fucking with me, you no business born insecure motherfuckers!
Shout out to Rudy Ray Moore, aka Dolomite.
Yeah.
Oh. With your arched eyebrows. What the fuck, man? Go delete yourself. Go delete yourself. Clown ass. Anyway, Gerard Harlem, my brother. Harlem in the building. Final thoughts, Stoney.
Man, listen. There was a little bit of lessons and there was a little bit of losses for tonight's show, and it was a good cook. You had a great subject, and then you also had those who participated, not realizing that they added to it. They didn't take away.
That's right.
And this is something that can be built upon because the year is new, huh? This is only what? January 5th. Huh?
Yep.
Yeah. January 5th. And I look forward. Look ahead. Look to the skies and stars. Yeah. Everybody can find me right here on YouTube. My Patreon is up and running. It's smoking.
That's right.
Currently doing the shows where they're simulcasting.
Right.
Until I can figure out how, when I get ready to go and launch lives specifically. And I'm encouraging, just as Drew is, that everyone who was a member of my channel, that they, forsake those memberships and go ahead and become a member on the Patreon. It'll be much better for you and everyone involved because YouTube won't have access to you financially. Yeah.
And they don't respect you guys. I'm telling y'all that. I'm gonna do a live stream over there soon. Probably this week. I'm not gonna be live tomorrow morning. I got a litness of things I gotta do. I'm gonna be up out my door by 7 a.m. But Stormy, when are you gonna do your Beats with Sugar on Patreon? That's gonna be insane.
As soon as I'm able to, launch the live, because I can't launch the specific live there. Right now, I can only do a simulcast, but as soon as I'm able to do that, that's when that show will resume. But Beats with Sugar is just on a hiatus right now until I can get that done. And I might even end up having to do it like as a podcast where it won't necessarily be video, but it'll just be strictly audio. Right. That's the option. That's what we'll be doing, and then we can play, the tunes and everything with unrestricted access to the library.
I'm excited about the Patreon movement. I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Y'all following us over there. I see y'all subbing. I appreciate that, man. We're gonna have a lot of fun because the gloves are off over there. It's not going to be vulgar for no reason, but we have a lot more freedom to share our thoughts without being limited. I even limited my thoughts here because I didn't really say what I wanted to say, but I said enough. Angel, man, when we get closer to that, I can't wait. I'm still torn on who I'm picking. But yeah. Yeah, Shower, it's strange. We can't get the StreamYard up over on Patreon exclusively, but we could simulcast, and that's still weird. So we have to go another direction, but you know, I have to bite the bullet and do
And
something.
another way that I think that we can do it, Drew, and we can talk more about it off the air, is we can record it on StreamYard and upload it.
And upload it, right.
On Patreon.
Right. As far as audience participation, we're gonna work on that. Definitely gonna work on that, man. Man, salute to y'all, man. Salute to everybody in the Venmo, the Zelle, the Cash App, Super Chat. Tomorrow morning, I am not going live tomorrow morning at my regular time. I got a lot to do. I don't know. I might pop up in the afternoon. Who knows, man? But salute to y'all. And Teofimo's eyebrows are disgusting, and they're arched, and I can't unsee it now. And it tells me a lot more that I need to know about this buffoon. But salute to y'all. I think the Queens of the Ring should be on. Let's go support our queens. And go subscribe to Shower and Tay and Sugar Free Mars and all the queens, because let me tell you, they are cooking. It's about the sport. All these distractions, you see how we handle it? Drown them. And I'll catch y'all soon, man. Bronx on deck.
Move! Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.